Good evening, everybody. I had some technical difficulties getting on, but I'm finally on. And my name is Justin Tibbetts, and I am um, doing a live preview of the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Guardians. Um, I'll be talking as the game progresses at 8 o'clock, and um, I I will be watching it as the game goes on. Right now, it's not on yet, but I just want to give the general synopsis. Um, I have the MLB Extremes package, and I watch every game around the league. And Cleveland is in first place, Kansas City is behind them. Um, and as the game goes on tonight, I will be talking about it. I am. It's. I'm actually gonna put a baseball game on now. So right now we are watching the New York Yankees and Toronto Blue Jays game, and I'm gonna take you around the league. Uh, New York is in first place in the East. The Cleveland Kansas City game is not until 8:10, so I'll take you to that game as this broadcast progresses. I am thrilled to finally um, be on YouTube to um, promote my broadcast. Um, and I'm going to be taking you to different games as the night goes on. Right now, Toronto is hosting the Yankees right now, and they're in the first inning with no score. Um, so, like um, Saturday, I'll be doing a Red Sox broadcast as well, but they're off tonight, so I can't do a broadcast for the Red Sox tonight. Um, but I'm a baseball fan, and I love different games, so I'm gonna be taking you around the league tonight. Kansas City and Cleveland is at 8:10 right now. There's no score between um, Toronto and New York, and I'll give you a little synopsis about uh, this game. Toronto's had a down year. New York is in first place right now. So you know these are these are two opposite teams going in opposite directions as Toronto just scored a run. These are two different teams going in opposite directions. New York, you know, by record wise, is the best team in the league at this point. The Red Sox are currently in the wild card by a half game over the Royals. That's why I'm going to focus on that game a little later. Um, but I'm just taking you around the league as we sit right now. I, like I said, I'll be doing a certain different broadcast, and I'll be taking you around. Um, I I hope um, I get a lot of followers on this because um, I enjoy doing this, and um, this is a career changing thing. So um, I'm trying to do that as well. So you know, um, I'm I'm really thrilled, um, and Toronto just scored a run here in the New York Toronto game. Um, so um, I'll I'll be doing a Red Sox stream on Saturday. Um, but I'm excited to bring you around the league tonight. Um, Toronto right now is 2-0 lead, and George Springer's at the plate. Um, and like I said, these are two teams going in opposite directions. Um, Toronto is in last place. They were kind of in a rebuilding mode, and um, you know the Red Sox honestly was supposed to be a last place team this year, but they have had they have tempered everyone's expectations, and they're in third place in the AL East and a half game up on the wild card. Um, so I think expectations for the Red Sox themselves, I call the Red Sox chances to be, um, they're overachieving right now. They're 6 games over 500. Um, they're 6 games over 500, and nobody expected them to be a half game up in the wild card. I know I didn't, because I didn't know how good the pitching was going to be for the Red Sox this year. Um, I I was very shocked, and and by the way, not just the Red Sox, but just baseball as a whole. I expected teams like Toronto to be better, and they're in last place. Um, you look around the whole league, in 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 Kansas City, Cleveland, Minnesota, and you know teams in the National League like Philly, the Mets. Just a general a wider broad of what's going. I'm just trying to give you a brighter a a broader look around the league. Um, you know, but you know, it's it's really hard to get a read. As we go back to the Red Sox, it's really hard to get a read on what the Red Sox are this year because they weren't expected to do a lot of things, and and they are, which is amazing. And their pitching is actually held up, um, and they've they've overachieved. As far as around the league goes, you know, um, you know, the Phillies are in first place in the AL East. The Braves are are second. They've struggled a little bit down the stretch here. Um, you know, and so you know, I know, and I also had some thoughts, you know, on other sports as well. Um, but we will get to that when the seasons begin. Um, right now, this is just a baseball podcast. Um, And I'll give you a score update. Toronto is up 5-0 over New York right now. Um, you know, and sometimes as well, you got to watch out for the bad teams. Because the teams that are underachieving, any team can beat you on a nightly basis. Um, that has been an issue with them as well. Um, I'm going. I'm going to switch on to another game. Let me see what I can switch on to here. Um, so I'm just switching on to other games right now. I'll be with you in just a second. Um, the game I was watching. Um, so let me just stick with this game for now. Um, Toronto has 2-1 with 2-0 right now in the first inning. We I guess I'll focus in on this game tonight because, like I said, any team can really beat you at any point. Um, and we look at the numbers. The first 72 games for the New York, 277 over the first 72 games. The last 10, they've had an 8.04 ERA, and that's not a good recipe for winning. Um, so um, if I can, I'm gonna just click around and take you around the league. Um, right now, which is um, which is a thing. I just turned on Baltimore and Texas, um, and um, Baltimore has been a good team all year. They're in first place in the East. Um, you know, it's you know, it's a fun time of year because all the other sports teams are over. Like the NHL playoffs and the NBA playoffs are over, so it's just focused on baseball now, and so um, that is you know um, baseball is the focus for the rest of the summer. Um, I'm thrilled, to be able to do this podcast so I can bring viewers that are interested, up to date, um, with the different sports, the different baseball games that we have. You know, because I'm a baseball fan, um, and it's fun to get a chance to watch all the other teams play and not just focus on one. Um, it's it's great. It's great. It's great to have the tools that I have to be able to do this podcast for you, for the audience that is interested. So, um, but as we go, I'm going to continue to take you around the league. And right now, the Kansas City uh, Cleveland game is a half hour away at 8:10. Um, so I'm just gonna right now another game is a commercial break. So let me just find one as I click around. Unfortunately, right now, three of the games that I was gonna bring you are on break right now. So right now I'm stuck with New York and Toronto. But I talked about the numbers um, for 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 New York over the first 73 games that they had, and the last, like I said, the last month they've had an 8 ERA, which is um, not a good recipe for winning. Um, it's this reminded me sort of the Red Sox last year when they couldn't do nothing. Um, it's great. Like I said, it's great to watch the different teams and bring you different perspective. I will um, bring. I will do my a Red Sox podcast on Saturday afternoon. They're at 4:10 on Saturday afternoon against the Padres. Um, Tomorrow they're on Apple TV, which I don't get to watch it on Apple TV because I don't have an account for Apple TV. So you know, but I'm gonna click around because I know some games are on break and others are. And right now I got Baltimore. The right now Baltimore is playing. They're in the fourth inning and they're up 6-1 right now. Um, and uh, Baltimore, Baltimore is in first place in the East. And to me, when I look at Baltimore and I watch them play, to me they're a World Series contender. Um, you know, they've they've been bad for the last 5 years, and when you look, over the last 2 years, they've drafted well. The, the they drafted well. Um, you know, they play. Um, they're very well. The Orioles are a very well-rounded team. Um, and like I said, the Orioles to me are the class of the East, as they just right now they're blowing out Texas 8-1. Cedric Mullins just hit a home run. You know, it's you know the the AL East is stacked with teams. So, um, but I can tell you that like you you look at these two teams, and like I said, Baltimore to me is a World Series contender. Um, you know, they've had some really, really, really down years, finishing in last place, and the league is stacked with good teams in both leagues, and that's what baseball is. Um, and I don't find it as any surprise. You know, the Red Sox should be there. But the Red Sox kind of playing with house money. Um, you know, and like I said, a lot of people like me who people like me who didn't think the Red Sox were going to be good. They are in a playoff spot right now, and so I think I think that's what we should be focused on. You know, and I'm I'm really enjoying you know um, being I'm your host. Bringing you around the league. So I have some different thoughts on different games. Um, I enjoy working every night to be able to bring you these um, broadcasts that I'm currently doing. Um, it's let me see if the let me see if the Kansas City game is underway yet. I'll give you some numbers on that if it is. Um, I'm just reading here. Cleveland. No, that game's not underway yet. But I'll just continue to um, talk as we sit here. Um, you know, so um, but this is a baseball podcast again with Justin Tibbetts, and I'm enjoying every second of it so far as the night goes on. Um, um, I'm just finding Um, one for um, right now I got Cleveland. Right now I got the Reds, and that game went to a break. So I'm just gonna go that. Um, and I guess I'll focus in on this game as um, it's still 5-0 Toronto. The Yankees are being shutouts, and you know I don't think it comes to anyone's surprise because there's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk on that on the way they've been playing lately, and they haven't been playing well. Um, you know they were they were talked about as a World Series contender this year, and I think it's important to note that what you do at the trade deadline is what you're going to be judged upon. Um, you know, it's you know it, it's what you're going to be judged upon, and so you need to be able to prove yourself that you're a playoff and a worthy World Series contender. And so far in the first half, New York has proved that, but lately they've scuffled, and they've come back down to earth. Um, you know, like I said with the Red Sox earlier, it's you know the Red Sox are kind of underachieving right now. They're at 43-37, um, and nobody expected them to be in a playoff spot. And right now, as we sit here in in late June, they are. But another thing I wanted to mention about the Red Sox, because this is worth mentioning, is um, you know the management of the Red Sox are getting a lot of scrutiny because you know the management and ownership doesn't want to spend money, and it's it's it kind of reminds me of the Tampa Bay Rays. Um, you know, as a low market team right now, and when you don't have a team that wants to spend money, you know you're gonna underachieve, and the fan base is not going to expect you to do a whole heck of a lot when you should be doing things at this point, you know, to make the fan base happy. And you know, I feel bad for the fans who go to Fenway and put their hard-earned money that they work for to go see the go see the game. Recently, the Red Sox have been better, but it hasn't been all year. And I think the expectations, going into this year for this Red Sox team was really, really low. And it's 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 sad, because you know this is something that this fan base in Boston expects to win. And no, you don't have to win. You don't have to go to the playoffs every year, but you do have to be competitive. And right now, the Red Sox are relevant because they're 43-37. But my question is, can they sustain that? That has to be sustained um, with with them. So I know I've kind of been all over the place, but I've I have a lot of topics, to hit around baseball because that's the sport that I'm focused on. Um, for you know, um, and you know, and let me just give you a score update. Toronto's being shut out five. Um, Toronto's leading New York right now 5-0. Um, they're gonna run around first base in the second. So you know, but when 8 o'clock hits, I'll take you around the league. Um, I'll bring some commentary on the game we're next going to be watching at 8:10, Cleveland and Kansas City. That hasn't started yet, so I have other games on right now. Um, but you know, um, I also want to mention that tomorrow there's a Red Sox game, and fans like me can't watch it because it's on Apple TV, which is bad for baseball in my opinion. Um, you know, there are fans that don't have streaming services. They can't see the games when they're on Apple TV on a Friday night, and it's a bad look for baseball. It really is, and they need to give fans better access to the games. You know, I, I don't like to have to put it on the radio to listen to the Red Sox. Uh, I should be able to watch every single game, and I'm not able to because they're on Apple TV sometimes, which I find to be kind of um, not not good. Um, so um, so right now, um, you know this this game with Toronto, like I said earlier, Toronto's in last place. Um, I think a lot of people expected Toronto to be up in the upper echelon of the standings, which right now they're not. You know, the AL East is a is a competitive competitive division, and um, you know we get 10 minutes till first pitch between Cleveland and Kansas City, and I'll be giving some thoughts on that throughout the night. I'm going to be on here till 10 o'clock tonight, um, giving you my thoughts. I'm glad that I'm able to do this. Um, it's, it's this is my career goals, and it's I'm striving to be a sports broadcaster. So, um, it's this is good. This is good for me, and um, you know, as I'm gonna put on another game because Toronto just took an 8-0 lead. Um, Let me see if right now there's another game on. Hold on. I should mention this as well. I al- I also do a do a sports show at Lynn TV, down at Lynn Community Television every 2 weeks, um, on Tuesday night from 6 to 7. Um, it's called the Sports Wrap Up with Justin Tibbetts, and I do that every 2 weeks, with the shows. And I'm just
You're gonna bore people with tears.
so right now I'm just gonna take a break. Um, but I'm gonna remain on. I'm just finding other games. While I have some time here, let me um, take take you to. I'm going to try to get you an article on Mass Live. It's about the Red Sox. I have articles here. Actually, I'll get to the articles. Um, I'll get to the articles next podcast. Um, the baseball game is gonna start in moments, so I'm just gonna wait. Can't I can't pull up the article right now because I gotta leave the site if I do that. So I don't want to do that. But um, so let me explain. I got Fox Sports One right on right now, and they're just bringing back. Um, we're talking about the Baltimore Orioles in the last AL East title they won. Um,
go back to 2015, you can see it's been a long time between bounce back for Baltimore. That one division title came last year. Since that time, they were swept in the playoffs by the eventual World Series champion.
So we're just looking at the Baltimore Orioles. Number since 2015, they have one AL East title. As we're getting set for the Guardians and Royals at 8:10, and I'll take you inside that game when that game starts. So let me take a break until that game starts, and then I'll continue.
Summer back then. We perfected this. I don't think so.
You want me in
Ten. And one. Except I had two things that look like Yahtzees, but
and you only got 1-0 right there. I had to pull the time.
I thought you were right behind me. After a long day of seeing free waffles always make you forget.
Michelin innovates once more with Michelin acoustic technology, reducing cabin noise by cushioning road vibrations. Michelin, motion for life.
okay, someone just did laundry. Oh, I had Danny Light, so the freshness really lasts.
Yeah, most of that stuff gives me a headache, but this is just right. And I don't like anything, but I like this. And we welcome you to Kansas City, Missouri, where tonight a key AL Central 4-game series begins with the division leading Cleveland Guardians in town to take on the Kansas City Royals. Alongside Eric Karros, I'm Kevin Kugler. Both teams well above the 500 mark as we wind our way through June, and for the Guardians especially, this has been a remarkably solid season. Second best record in all of baseball to the Phillies in their lineup tonight. Stephen Kwan, Daniel Steven, Jose Ramirez, Josh Naylor, David Fry, Andre.
So let me just pick back up where I left off. The Guardians are first in the Central, 10 games over 500. And I'll be providing thoughts on this game till it ends on this channel. Michael Walker's pitching tonight for Kansas City. Kansas City just took 2 out of 3 from the Marlins. Actually, they lost 2 out of 3 from the Marlins yesterday. And this is a game that the Red Sox are interested in because, The Red Sox right now have a half game lead in the wild card standings. Stephen Vogt has done a terrific job for Cleveland this year. He's in his first year replacing Terry Francona, who stepped down and retired. So, I'm interested to see how this goes throughout the summer. And I'll just take you through the game as we go. But the game's about to start, so I'm just gonna give you my thoughts as the game's going on, and the game is about to start.
Missing a good chunk of May with a left hamstring strain. Is that at least one game? And the first pitch is low with a fastball. We're underway. 377. That's even with it cooling off just a little bit.
So I just want to. So Michael Walker has been around. He pitched for the Red Sox the last couple of years. He pitched for the Red Sox 1 year, and then went to San Diego for 2 years, and now he's with Kansas City for his first year in Kansas City. And when he was with the Red Sox, he had a good year. Michael Walker's still a very good pitcher. He's won. He's a winner. He knows how to win. And so hopefully for him, he does well wherever he goes. So, but I'm giving a lot of baseball thoughts as we go this evening, and I'm watching every pitch to develop my opinion. So.
All over the place in right field tonight.
And Michael Walker looks good so far. I know we're in the first inning, but he looks really good so far. First 2 outs in the first.
Trails Albert Bell by 5. Trails Chip Tomey by 100 home runs. Jose Ramirez with 2 out here at the top of the first.
And I just want to mention about Cleveland as the game's going on right now. Cleveland is in first place, and we got the Guardians all-time leaders up on the screen right now. It's Jim Thome with 337 for all-time home run leaders in Guardians history. And they say that Ramirez didn't go, but Ramirez is a good player for the Guardians. He's their RBI leader on the Guardians team, as he just singles here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick out parts of this game and tell you my thoughts as we go along here. So I'm just going to watch. And we look at Josh Naylor on the Guardians as well. He's a power threat for the Guardians. So he's a really good RBI man too for them.
You know what's brilliant? Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold. What straps gold to a rocket and hurls it into space? Boring does. Boring makes vacations happen. Early retirement's possible. And startups start up because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank. For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has been brilliantly boring, so you can be happily fulfilled. Which is pretty unboring if you think about it.
Kind of feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how can you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
First, more dropping in. More getting out there. More soaking it up. It's a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels feel for less at Harbor Freight.
USAA, the military community, and their families.
My schedule's pretty jam-packed these days. I've got 2. We know 3 birthday parties on Saturday. And Sunday, that's my me time. Works for me.
So I just want to mention that Cleveland and Kansas City is scoreless as we head into the second here. Ben Lively is pitching for Cleveland tonight. Their staff has been pretty good. You know, the whole Central, the AL Central has been good for them as well this year. You know, the Royals are better than we expected. Cleveland is better. Minnesota is third in that division right now. So nothing surprises me at this point in the year. We're not even at the All-Star break yet. What I'll really be watching around the league is how good the whole league is throughout the summer.
Lively has to live on the edges for himself to be effective. That's a great start to the season in the first inning. His starts have started very well. A 0.75 earned run average in the first inning this year. 1 run in the first in 12 starts this season. And that's Tito bouncer to first, and another good first inning for Ben Lively. 1 run in the first inning now in 13 starts.
So there's scoreless at the end of 1. Right now here, you know, so
You're the smartest in the world. Big C, why did you pick C? When in doubt, pick C. No way. Smart, okay? No game.
Who's it meant for now?
The 1% Club. All your money on fun. The Jetta received a 5-star overall safety rating, so if new stars get in, we could also say it has a 5-star interior.
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought it was a good idea. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today. Get 2.9% APR financing or a $1,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Jetta.
Easy, strong, tasty. Trying to remember a strong password is hard. It's easy.
Too many attempts.
Morgan & Morgan.
138 iterations to refine the Tiguan chassis, but it also took 189 pizzas and 52 all-nighters. The meticulously refined Tiguan. Visit your Volkswagen dealer and lease the versatile 2024 Tiguan S4 Motion for $269 a month. Limited inventory available.
This one is long gone. It is not in time. Scoreless first for both Michael Walker and then Lively. Walker back to work. First pitch swing.
Michael Walker back up there. He's pitching well so far tonight. He's locating well. Um, I know it's only the first inning and a half, but he looks really, really good right now. And if he continues to pitch well, the Royals are going to be successful. Um, so, it's baseball is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's it's showing around the league this year. And I just want to mention too that the pitch timer has helped to shorten games. You know, we're not sitting here for 4 hours anymore watching a game now under 2 hours. On most nights, which is very good for baseball. As we take a look at his pitch arsenal, Michael Walker is a 23% changeup. He's like I said earlier, he can locate really, really well when he needs to. So I'll be watching that as this game goes on tonight. Again, I'm on till 10 o'clock tonight. I'll be on till 10 o'clock every night. So, but I'm excited I get to do my first podcast this evening. I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. Yep. All right. I'm going to sign off for now, but I enjoyed this. And I'll see you again tomorrow.
Up that change. He isn't shying away from it at all. We mentioned at the top of the show how the Guardians are very good against getting the change up. That doesn't mean Walker's going to shy away from the strength. Strength so far, Walker is getting the better of the Guardians. But it's early. 2 on, 2 out, and a runner at first for both Naylor, who's up front 1-0. 444 in his last 5. changeup, and it's still going to be difficult to hit.
He's still open, my dad. He's open.
More difficult. What do they call it? It's like a bunch of when you're up there,